Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Gifted Monkey TV. All things toy and toy related. You know me, I'm your host, Jordan Preston. And today we got something really special. We're going to discuss dioramas and things like that to put your toys on, to pop your toys out of your collection. So come on back and let's look at some real special setting up for your toys.
Respect the monkey!
A lot of friends of mine visit my toy room and they ask me about my dioramas. Now what a diorama is basically the setting you put around an opened toy. So you take your toy out of your box, your action figure, whatever it is, no matter who you collect or what you collect, you take it out of the box. And a lot of my friends that collect toys, and I have a lot of them, they just sit their toys on a shelf. So you wind up having toys on a shelf which go back about 5, 6, 10 figures deep, going about 20 figures long, and it looks cool, but it looks kind of just typical. And so what I want to show you today is some suggestions of dioramas, which are settings, action settings that you can put a few of your figures in, even around your already loose toys, to make it kind of pop, to make your collection pop. A lot of my friends see what I do and they go, wow, how do you do that? And a lot of you guys have been writing me on my email asking, what about dioramas? We know you do dioramas too. So today we're going to take a few minutes and just show you some of the simpler dioramas around my toy collection so you can get them, and I'll kind of explain to you what they are and how simple they are. But let's check out just about 3 or 4 of them so you can get a look, and maybe it'll spark some ideas in your head about the perfect scenario and scene for your loose figures. Okay, so let's start off by taking a look at my Play Arts Kai Joker diorama. You see here some of the Arkham City and Arkham Asylum figures that I have here. These are some of them here. But that's not what I wanted to show. We're going to move over to my Play Arts Kai Joker from the Arkham Asylum line. And here he is up here. Now see, this is very easy and very simple to do, but it makes your collection pop, because you know if you go down Joe Blow's house down the street, he won't have the exact same thing. He might have the same figures, but not displayed like this. Now let me show you what I did. You see that? This is like a little scenario of the Joker and his beat up background wall in his lair. Let's get to the stuff first, and then I'll show you the figures. This picture of a sculpted Joker, doesn't it look like that's Joker in granite, like he sculpted himself or had his henchmen sculpt himself on his wall at his hideout, paying homage to himself like his ego would allow, on that beat up wall of his in the warehouse or something? Well, that Joker actually was a plastic witch I got from a 99-cent store during the Halloween season. It was perfectly looking like the Joker. The nose and everything else, it had no hair. I took some polymer clay called Super Sculpey and just molded the hair based on the Arkham Asylum version of the Joker, and just put it on there. And then I took some granite spray paint. There's actually spray paint you can buy at any hobby store, any Home Depot or Osh, called stone spray paint. You get it all different colors. I chose gray for a wall. And you spray it on an object, and usually plastic and styrofoam works really well, and when it dries it looks just like stone, and it lets all the impressions of the thing underneath it come through, so it doesn't hide any of the impressions. And look at that close up. Doesn't that look like a sculptor that Joker would have his henchman or himself build on his wall to pay homage to his ego? And that was a 99-cent witch, plastic witch. And look how cool. And that's, the wall is actually styrofoam, which I took a knife and just made brick indentations like a brick wall, and broke up the wall a little bit, looked like a worn out brick wall in a warehouse type thing, and then sprayed that paint again, the stone paint, on top of it. And then I went on computer and got a little Batman look, and I made a Batman with a bullseye and put a little plastic action figure knife through it, like that's what Joker does all day, as he sits there and throws a knife through Batman's bullseye. And I also went online and got a wanted picture and superimposed a wanted poster with the picture of Joker from Arkham Asylum, the video game, and do a little wanted poster in back of them. Then I got both the Play Arts Kai Catwoman and the Series 1 Harley Quinn, and put them on his lap. And there you see Scarface that came with her. And there was an old model kit back in the 90s, a garage kit of the Joker, of Horizon, actually, where he sits in a chair with a gun in a casual, like, what the hell pose. I'm the king. And I took that pose in mind, and I did it with this action figure. There's the big gun that came with Joker. There's the chattering teeth. He's got a what the hell look. I'm the king of the world. And I found this black chair in a Ross department store for about $5.99. It was a knick-knack. Just one of those little knick-knack like an ashtray and thing like that, but it was a chair. And I said, one day I'm going to use this on something. And then a year later, I got the Joker came out and I put him in it. So I got this pose. Look at him sitting there, king of the world, with Catwoman in her seductive pose, hanging out, running her fingers through his hair, and Harley Quinn with her arm around him, looking all sexy and demure. Also, you notice the heads are cocked different ways, to the right, to the left. That adds a little attitude to your figure, too, like there actually could be people. And I got him sitting on, of course, the Arkham Deluxe DC Direct Killer Croc box, who's supported by screws so he won't fall. Isn't that just too cool? That's nice. And that's not patting myself on the back. It is a little bit, but it's also just saying it's cool. Because if it's cool, it's cool, no matter who made it. If somebody down the block made it and I saw this, I would say it's cool. It's just a cool idea. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so here we are in another section of my toy collection. Here we're looking at the Hot Toys 1/6 scale DX Jack Nicholson Joker. A lot of you guys have this, but this is how I decided to make a little simple diorama just to pop it out. Once again, you see Joker in all his glory. You see the Batman style base that came with it. And these dollar bills, these $100 bills or whatever they are, came with Joker. But I decided to spread them all around on this base. I made this base. I took a regular piece of square wood, plank wood, and I carved squares in it. Measured my squares out, and I carved the squares in to make it look like tile on the floor. And then I took green paint, put dark green paint, then light green paint, splashed on it, then shellacked the whole thing to look like a nice shiny tile floor. Then I put these dollar bills with loose little tacky glue on it so they wouldn't blow away, and I spread them all apart. And then I made this safe in the back of the Joker. So we're not concentrating on the figure right now. We're concentrating on the diorama. I made this safe. This safe is actually a little tin that holds things like Tums or the breath mints that you can buy in a supermarket on your way out. And look at the inside of that tin. Doesn't it look like the inside of like a miniature Volt would look like with all the gears and stuff? I didn't do anything but paint it silver. And the actual design of the tin box took care of the rest. Isn't that cool? But yet if somebody came in and didn't know that, they'd say, wow, look at the intricacy of that Volt. That's pretty cool. And then I put a little box in there, put a Joker's calling card in there, a little box with money in it. There's the gas mask that came with the Joker DX. Painted the back of it black so it looks endless like that. From a distance, see, it looks endless. This is a plastic vinyl brick wall I got from a hobby shop, a sheet of plastic vinyl brick wall. It'll cost about $9 because it's longer than that, but I just cut a small sheet and I put little wooden borders on it and painted it red. So you get the idea of a brick wall. Like it could be Joker's personal vault. I'm going to add some fake jewelry in there eventually too. And then I went online and got this Mad Love photo, if you can see it. This Mad Love photo of Harley Quinn and Joker, and I made a little frame using little wooden sticks. Broke them up into a look of a frame and glued them together, painted it green. Put a little thread on the back and hung it on a nail, actually like a real painting. And you see Mad Love signed by the Joker. So it's almost like this is in Joker's personal little vault. And he's mad anyway, so he's crazy, so he has all his money splashed around. And then there you go. See, and that little simple thing will kick out your collection. It's simple. And you can do it. It takes maybe about an hour or two of your time. But when you finish, you'll be so happy. And you can do a variation of this theme, whatever your imagination says. This is all just to spark your imagination. But this beats just Joker sitting in a glass case, maybe, or just sitting on your shelf amongst 5 other Jokers the same height and size. Even something as simple as my Play Arts card, Dark Knight Rises skin. Look at that little simple rooftop base he's on. That's simple styrofoam and a block of wood sprayed with that concrete paint again. Very simple stuff. Let's go to something else now. We're going to get to the diorama I want to show you in a moment. But just real quick, I just wanted to flash on this custom-made Captain America war bike that I did for my Hot Toys Captain America, the first Avenger figure. Isn't that cool? But let's get on this. This is the diorama I have. I call this a work in progress. All you guys know about the Hot Toys Avengers that are coming out piece by piece since 2013, and so I've been collecting them. So this is my diorama. I have them in like an urban New Yorkie type setting on a ledge, like a bank ledge, a rooftop, whatever you want to say. There's the brick wall, which is styrofoam. It's all the ledge, which is all kind of beat up from gunshots and fire explosions and stuff. And then we have the Avengers I've gotten so far as of 2013 June, summertime. These are what's come so far. So I have Nick Fury. Then I have Captain America. And all you guys on YouTube who say, I don't know why they gave us a pointed finger for Captain America. What the hell are we going to do with that? So I knew that. So to make my Captain America unique, because remember, it's all about making your collection unique, I put the pointed finger on. Cap is pointing at something he's either going to throw his shield at right now, an Atari, or he's pointing where they're coming in at. Looks really badass. And it looks like an action pose. It really works. He's got his foot on an Atari gun. Shatari, not Atari, sorry. Shatari gun. I have War Machine in here right now because he's just filling the space for Hulk and Iron Man. This Hawkeye taking a pose. You see Hawkeye is face downward like the Shatari are coming from all angles, which they were in the movie. There's Black Widow. I'm going to parse in front of my light, so excuse me a minute. There's Black Widow bringing up her side. Everybody's taking a flank. There's Black Widow in all her beautiful glory taking her side. And you see a pillar, like a bank building, a pillar in the background. That pillar right here, that's a pillar. It's like a bank pillar I made. This is just a roll from paper towel roll that's inside, and this is a styrofoam block you find on any piece of refrigerator or equipment you buy. You find a big block of styrofoam cut in the shape of a pillar to support the pillar, the Colosseum. And I took this and painted it white. Then I took regular gray watercolor paint and put it on saran wrap and then splotched it around, which gave it that marble effect, and then glossed the whole thing over so it's like marble. And there's chips of debris from falling stuff exploding around. We'll get to that in a minute. And then you see Thor holding his flank, which is straight out. Thor is suspended on fishing wire, guys. Look at that fishing wire, which is pretty much transparent from different views. If you look at that right now, you could hardly tell that that's fishing wire on there. Look at that. Look at that. You could hardly tell. It looks like he's actually suspended and flying. And another little note, all you guys that say that you can't get the Thor's arms raised, look how high he's raised in that battle pose. And what I did on our video for Thor, I told you earlier on one of our videos, if these sides pop out, you just take a little stylus with a ball on it and you pop it right back in to the sides and they'll go in after you get it in the high arch figure you want. And there it is. Look at that wide lat spread he has. And all his mesh metal is sticking right in. I just knocked it out just now, but I take a little stylus and pop that right back in, and it'll go in. Looking great. And there's another brick wall. This is just styrofoam, etched in with a knife in square blocks. Now, Hulk will go here. When he does come in, Hulk will go here, and he'll take up. War Machine will go out. And then Iron Man will go up here and take that out. So when we get here, the whole thing will be filled in. This is a work in progress, and I'll keep you updated on it as my figures come in. I think Iron Man's coming in another few weeks, so we'll show you what happens. Now, this is part of the diorama I want to show you. Look down here. Remember in the Avengers, the scene where all the stuff was exploding, debris? Look at all that debris down there. These are just pieces of styrofoam, little pieces of foil, plastic, and crap I find even when I'm walking down the street. I find little pieces of plastic somebody threw up from a car or something. But it looks like pieces of a building or office, or things that you'd find from an urban explosion. These are just pieces of styrofoam crumpled up. There's Nick Fury's Tesseract, his boots. See, Nick Fury is resting on a piece of styrofoam painted gray. Once again, I used my stone spray to spray this wood. This is actually a wooden base you find in Target, a wooden shelf. that you would put books or something on, and I sprayed it and treated it with that spray, stone spray, and then I made it look like it's been damaged and blown up and smoke debris on it and all that stuff. And these are just things. Look at all this crap. And I went to a print shop like Kinko's, and I made Xerox copies. I took regular words on a page, and I shrunk them down to the most size they could get, which is real minimal, and then I made it look like pages that you see out of notebook and paperwork that flies out during an explosion. See Hawkeye's foot is on one. There's a girder, plastic girder. You see Black Widow's foot is on another piece of debris paper. And all that stuff adds a little dimension of realism to your stuff. Look at that big piece of metal crap that War Machine's foot is on back there. Cap's foot. And I'll pull back now, and this E is part of a destroyed building. I had a logo on it at one time. That's the diorama. That E is just one of those letters you can buy from a Michaels, and you stick it right on anything, and that's what I did. And it looks like part of a bank building or something that crumbled apart, and I stuck some beat up, burnt plastic in it. And there we go. And this is how the diorama looks from a distance. So we're going to make a quick stop over to my bookshelf now. And this is good for you guys who collect Transformers. This is a nice little cute idea. I took a little piece of wooden thing I got from Michael's hobby store. It's a weird shaped piece of wood, and I like that weird shaped piece of wood. I painted it red, spray painted it red, and I put the Transformer logo from one of the Transformer toy boxes I had. Took it off and put it on. Just glued it right on there and made that as the base. And now I call this my little Men of Metal. And you see here's a little action diorama. So it's not a lot in the background, but it's just the heroes gathered together. It's kind of cool. These are all metal guys. So you have, of course, Optimus Prime in the back. You got Ironhide in the back with his knife exposed. You got Raw Steel figure there. And then you have a flying Iron Man. See how you suspend that Iron Man? Gives it a little dimension, a little depth in your diorama. So they're not all on the same level, not all just standing. And all that is a see-through plastic hot glued into a piece of Optimus Prime. And hot glue, if you know it, guys, it just comes right off when you decide to take it off. It leaves no mark or destroying evidence on your figure, especially on these hard plastic figures like that. And then we have that Avengers Captain America Robotech thing that came out last year in 2013. And he had a cheesy looking Captain America that came with it, but I took and got the Steve Rogers Avengers Shield figure and put him in there, because why would Captain America be dressed as Captain America and inside a robot? That looks kind of weird. But he would do that if he was dressed in his Shield outfit and looking like Steve Rogers, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So there you go. You see him right in there like that in all his glory. And you see the robots are all looking in different directions, which help add, again, dimension and look. So guys, thanks for joining me today as we take a look at some I think pretty cool dioramas. Simple and easy to make, very cost effective and very time effective. Took maybe about a few hours tops of dead time or late at night time to make these things. It's just a little bit of imagination. I hope it inspired you. Tell you what, on the bottom, besides subscribing, thank you for your subscribing, subscribe and fill in to me. Let me know what's your favorite dioramas. Do you have dioramas and poses of your figures? And if you do, let me know what channel for your YouTube channel. Let me know what it is. I'll subscribe and check out your stuff. I'd love to do it. But hopefully these things fire off your imagination. Just remember, when you have a collection, it's always about making your specific collection pop. Always want to be different than Joe Blows up the street or most of the stuff that you can get at Target. Sure, you got it at Target, at Toys R Us, but how does yours look different than everybody else's? That's what makes a collection pop. That's what makes you a genuine collector. So thanks for joining us today. And come on back. We got some more stuff for you. As always here at Gifted Monkey, all things toy and toy related. I'm your host, Jordan Preston. And remember, playing with toys and even building dioramas can be as fun as a barrel of monkeys. But respect the monkey. Play nice. See you guys next time.